matchup as a whole. And then the gyrocopter is... I'll be like, if this goes super late, yeah, gyrocopter will stand a chance.
FNG, this is not the start you really want to have. The tree is trying to get in front of him to try and body block him up. Is actually going to give just enough time. Huntskin, the Lion, normally one of the more greedier supports, can have an extra injection of money early on.
And he had already been home healing once, so he had a cooldown on the TP scroll. I'm sure they already had bought him up a TP scroll earlier.
Oh, Swindles. If they can get Huntskin there in time, yeah, which you should be able to, they can start with the Hex. The following stun is there, so Phobos, he will go down to Swindles. There's no clap. Lil comes in time to try and get a tether up, but it's still not enough to keep his teammate alive. Huntskin on the run out. FNG with that Orb of Venom. Huntskin having some troubles, and Swindles just wants to get over-aggressive. Maybe not that over-aggressive. Lil's going to go down. Chessie, no, where's the damage? Swindles will die. FNG will find the pick-off. Lil now has time to salve up. He can't tether himself away just yet. With the rotation of Z-Free, they body block off FNG. Now the tether comes back in again from Lil. FNG, the Sprout is there, the control is there, the following stun. Do they have another controller? No, they don't really. Chessie's also taking too much damage from that tower, so he has to back out.
So Chessie was the cause of two deaths to be level 5 Zeus.
Looking to the mid.
He does have an invis room, though.
To the bottom, sorry. Havor should be dead right now. Hanskin starts with a Hex. They got to keep these stuns nicely chained, however, or else Havor's just going to call down, and then Flat Cannon. Didn't he actually even have the Flat Cannon?
And from complexity, I think that was actually what they wanted to do. Then they're like, okay, we're going to pick up these support kills.
Swindles, God, hello, Swindles. Gonna try and man fight this, but God expended his exorcism. If Swindles can just run out of this one, this is almost a victory for himself. Chessie needs to make more space with the Sprout. At least get the vision over on God. Is there a Crypt Swarm you're looking for? It's on cooldown. Swindles runs out. FNG. There's the bolt from Limp coming in. They're still actually kiting around God. In the middle of this ultimate, Limp gets body blocked up by a neutral. And with a Crypt Swarm and the Spirit Siphon, Limp, he will go down. God, he's still got the sexism for another couple of seconds. Lil wants to stick with him and just hold his hand away. And they...
Resumed, rather. It hasn't restarted.
There we go. We're back in just in time. We can turn on the in-game sound. Z-Freak being initiated on. Nice double stun from Hanskin. Welcome back to the game, boys and girls. 2 heroes down straight away as they dive VP underneath the tier 1 tower. They're able to snipe out Complexity's courier as it was flying in. The drums of endurance recipe for Chessie, so they won't have that, but Complexity taking a good engagement. God still has his exorcism. Havors, however, does not have his ultimate with the lightning bolt. They reveal him now. The finger of death. Hanskin just with a quick snipe takes the kill.
Yeah, that's going to result in an immediate tier 1 tower, and this is
tier 1 and tier 2 tower in the mid.
Yeah, and again, overshadowing issue, the fact is that they still don't have the levels they need on their 2 supports.
Swindles. Trouble, being charged down, he is pretty low.
Does have his Aegis though, and Enrage is still ready as well.
But they really want to trigger it. This actually pushed Swindles into a bad position, and Complexity, they have to stick around to try and fight this. Swindles, well, where's your exorcism? God's bringing it in now. Swindles wants to try and fight and bring down a Vorst if it's possible. The damage is so quick that it's just not enough. Swindles low on life. Chessie as well, backing out of here. The Wrath of Nature, it bounces through, but it's nowhere near enough damage, not compared to what VP is pumping out. And now Limp will also fall down. Complexity, maybe they should just left Swindles for dead.
Invisibility.
Finally, level 6 on both the VP support heroes. We see how Virtus.Pro can actually fight when there's no finger.
That he's trying to go for the Ancients. Lil's still on the run out of here. And do they move over? Yeah, they do. They move for the Ancients. They'll find FNG quick on the Hex, very quick on the kill, secured by the Zeus.
Yeah, and I think Virtus.Pro should actually be pretty happy with the fact that they only lost the Spirit Breaker, because Complexity played this really smart, pushing as far over as they did with the Chen, creating the illusion that Complexity was probably around the bottom jungle. On the other hand, though, when it's the Chen pushing the wave on his own, it might also give away the fact that, well, then none of the other heroes are going to be there, because he might as well just be standing in the jungle.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm not certain how intentional.
Oh,
wow. He's so far up. God's got Finger of Death. He can just let it rip right now. The mech charges there from Phobos. He couldn't back him up on the cliffside. Hanskin draining out the mana here of Phobos, and the charges just keep going. Swindles, what kill do you want? They couldn't finish off. God, I don't know why. Hanskin almost dying to Lil's ball slap. They're all back out, and in fact, we are going to have ourselves a very quick pause here.
He is to kill, more importantly. And then, of course, they have the Blacking Bar on Havors, so... Chessie diving in very deep all on his own.
Yeah, he's looking for the target. They're going to find Lil. Support's coming in. Blink is up for Swindles. Actually, no, it's still on cooldown. Chessie being charged out, and now they're going for the cooldown with a back into the wall. Swindles tries to do out the damage to a boss, and with the control trap, he's able to actually get those Fury swipes up to 7, but he's taking too much damage from Rocket Barrage. Hanskin fingering down a boss. That's just not enough damage. Hanskin barely staying alive. Swindles has to walk back through the wall, trying to kill off FNG to give space for Limp. He's able to achieve that. Now Phobos, front line, Blink forward. They will find that chase kill into Lion. So it's a 2-for-2 trade-off. Z-Freak's TP will be successful.
Very but it's at the cost of Chessie, who hasn't really gotten anything. He's sitting on 2,000 gold, which is...
Yeah, I'm not feeling the Chessie influence in this game.
It's decent, but like 10 minutes ago, there was only a Massive Madness up on the Earth, and now he does have a...
Lightning Bolt, Hanskin, perfect double stun. FNG, they actually got the Greaves up in time. God has to Yule Scepter himself up. They need that kill. Swindles is waiting for it. They bring down God after the ulti was burned. Limb, the TP! Just in time. Thanks to the heal coming in from Z-Freak. Avort couldn't finish the job. FNG sprouted up too. Chessie, he doesn't really have a lot of physical damage thanks to that Veil, but it's still gonna be enough. Yep, they find the pickoff. It's 2 for 1. Phobos has enough space, he can blink himself away. Swindles cannot keep up with this, or can he? Phase boots are back off cooldown. Never doubt the Swindle. He's got now Blink Dagger back off cooldown, jumps forward, gets the slow, surging 1 second time from Phobos, however. So he'll get the distance here. Limp with the Lightning Bolt, can't slow him down, but he's got the Yule Scepter that will do the job instead. Phobos again able to trigger off these Greaves. He's wasting so much time as Complexity chase him through their own jungle. He cannot escape though. They will still find the pickoff, and that's 2 cores and a support going down for VP. Like the Shadow Blade, because then at least you negate a large portion of the damage of the Gyrocopter while he doesn't have like that Monkey King bar on him. But they're going to loop around instead. The engagement comes. Hanskin, the first one forward. Then goes to Thunder God's Wrath. Swindles, Finger of Death. They kill off a boss. That's big. The relocate save, ineffective. Hanskin still being bashed up at FNG, but Z-Freak sends it back just in time. God, he burnt his own BKB. And Limp, he needs some movement speed. He might even have to use. That's going to cheese it up, pick up the rune. Can he get himself out of this one? They're surrounding him on all sides. Hanskin comes in a 3-man done. Limp will still die to the Exorcism, however, but FNG will lose his life as well. Chessie pumps out more damage, but Swindles, he's chasing the bigger one. It's gone. The Exorcism has got a couple of seconds left with Swindles. No big mistake. He'll actually go down, almost died to the Wild Wings, and God will get all of his life back as the Exorcism now runs out. They haven't done any damage to God. They trap him up with the dragons right now. He will go down, surrounded by the Sprout of Chessie. So 4 heroes will eventually go down to VP as Z-Freak is basically turned into
Impale, turning the fight around.
Zeus almost made it out too. Like Limp was on the run, but he stopped to turn around to do a little bit more damage. Relocate, Z-Freak, while he's dewarding, Avorst. Okay, well, this Chen, he has the 4 staff, so he'll transcend the cliff. Limp doesn't have a lot of time left, but FNG comes in now with a call down. Hanskin back the front lines, the back with Dash out. They actually instantly kill off the Lion, and with Avorst triggering the BKB, Limp can't do any kind of damage. He throws out the Thunder God's Wrath, and he then denies himself with the Bloodstone. The more of a unique pickup over on the Zeus. Well, there's 18 swipe charges up right now, and now Swindles, he's still got the Enrage. God's going to walk himself in. Swindles instantly into Invis. God as well. The sentry's down, so they see him. He was actually covered up by the Glimmer Cape, and they just bail out. But Roshan's already had so much damage done. But look at the TP. Chessie, oh, he actually stopped it. He's starting it. The Black Dragons are pushing into the tier 3 tower. Roshan belongs to Virtus.Pro. The Aegis Immortal into the hands there of the Death Prophet. Not only the greatest one to carry that. In fact, Divorce might be a better target. Hanskin, the Meg Charge, can they send it back? The Hand of God barely gets out. Z-Freak, another close shave for him, and maybe now he'll actually have to sacrifice himself. He will have to. In fact, Swindles comes in a fight. Hanskin gets a double stun with the pump. They burn the Aegis Immortal over on the Death Prophet. Remember, no exorcism for her. She comes back to the world of living, and she needs to just run herself out. Her Vorst locked inside Greenpeace at the moment. Chessie needs a little bit more damage. Have they got the control? Hanskin, yeah, he does. The blink stun. Oh, he could. Oh, he actually got him too. He picked up Lil. They'll lose the gyro as well as the IO. God's TP out will be successful. And they actually just, okay, they just TP back God.
Avorst completing the Monkey King bar. Has the buyback as well.
What's God going to purchase? He's got 6.3k gold over on this Death Prophet. Oh, hello. FNG, caught out of position. And this time he will go down to the Finger of Death. This is about a minute before Roshan's going to spawn up.
He does have buyback though, but this is really the most broke Spirit Breaker I've ever seen.
Oh, that's the reason why he tried to relocate safe. That's 2 for the price of none.
So with, you know, gets a shorter cooldown from Octarine Core, has an intelligence item, has a disable. I wonder if he's thinking we need some extra physical damage output.
FNG is charging in. Swindles as the primary target. Blinks away in FNG. Hex dump, but where's the follow-up? Okay, there is coming in with the Black Dragons. Huge amount of burn, but you got the ulti out there from God, but of course taking so much damage from Swindles. Protected by that Lotus Orb. Try and chase him down. Remember, you got Aegis as well as Cheese to go. And Chessie, he finished his TP in time. Swindles is lining up for the kill over on Lil. He can't do it though. The Ghost Scepter denies him. You've still got Relocate out if they want to do it. Limp down low. Hanskin went for the double stun, couldn't finish the job, but he's still able to finger up dead down. Horvorst has got, now is his time to be protected by the Lotus Orb. Hanskin, he wants to do something, but he can't find it. Phobos jumps up. Can he actually kill the line? Juke into the tree line as far as you can. Hanskin still got stunned. Phobos won't be able to chase him down, and now the Black Dragons are moving over to Phobos. He's committing so hard for this one. The Hex, is there another stun? I don't even care about the rest of the fight right now. You actually send him back for Z-Freak. They keep the chase going, and Phobos is on the wrong side of the river.
Have a buyback, and he's probably going to commit it now. There's a refresher up on the.
She has to use it straight away.
Yeah.
Like with that exorcism, they don't defend this. Triggers it very, very early on for Swindles. He just mans up. He doesn't have the Aegis of the Immortal, so this may not be the greatest time for him to do it. And in fact, they're already sending him back out.
Great decision and great play from Virtus.Pro. Very patient, not committing the buyback from Horvorst, because it's so important at this stage of the game to have that buyback ready and up. So the fact that he doesn't use it and just confident that his team can defend without him, super important.
Defend Phobos, complexity, nice again, Swindles, right on top of God. That exorcism is about to wear off in 2 seconds, 1 second, and now come back and giving him that life back. For Swindles, down for so long, almost 2 minutes on the sideline. Hanskin's trying to ensure here with Chessie, they're able to get a couple of kills and stop VP from doing much because Hanskin, man, he's so good. Ravage is an understatement for how many impales he's doubled or triple stunned on. Limp wants to go for more. They can force-staff him forward. Yep.
Now they have to back. Horvorst is now alive again, and they don't have their Ursa. Actually, definitely needs to back off. Actually,
oh no, they saw Phobos. Can they catch him, though, is the question. Z-Freak? Lotus Orb is there. Z-Freak would just run himself out. Hanskin again with these stuns to blink to TP out. Z-Freak again also with his Force Staff. They got the Eul Scepters available, so Z-Freak will end up going down here, or should. He's got his Lotus Orb back off cooldown now, so he can use that and break free of the silence. The Dark Seer Iron Shell is kind of doing most of the work. He actually Hands of Gods at this point. I'm not 100% certain exactly what that was for. Like, if it was the old Aghanims, I can understand it, but now he just leaves the gem behind.
Desperate lockdown effect.
And they're smoking up, looking for the opening.
Oh.
And, well, VP won't find it. Swindles inside that Silver Edge. He's running forward. Who's he want to go for? Thundergod's right number 1. There's number 2 as well. FNG low on life. Goes for the Nether Strike. Pushing Hanskin back out. FNG will end up going down. The Darkseid Wall's in a good position, but Chessie, he's just standing his ground. Physically damaged down. Horvorst and Limp with his Blink Dagger. He gets there in time. Chessie may die, but really, God, he's taking so much burst damage. Complexity are dishing it out. Lil will go down too. The gems come back the way of complexity. And, well, VP, a quick pause after the buyback. Whoops, it's Phobos. The Observer Wall is still up, so they see Chessie.
Oh.
The Lotus Orb is there. He was trying to get Chessie to Hex on him. Now it's actually Hanskin. They wait for the Lotus Orb. But again, Hanskin, how does he do this? Another double stun. God as well as Phobos. The BKB will trigger off from Phobos, and God, he wants to kill. Chessie under cover of his own BKB. Trying to physically damage down that Darkseer. The Relocate's coming as well, so bring in a Horse. But again, Hanskin, another stun. God down for 2 minutes. You buy back over on the Darkseer, but Chessie, he can just disengage. Blinks away from the cooldown. Hanskin with the Sprout. He's bought enough space, and Limp, we actually forgot about him. He's still part of this fight as well. Horvorst is stranded with no BKB. The body block even out from Limp. Hanskin, he will go down. Horvorst damage out, but it's just not enough. He'll get the support, but even that support will buy back into this game. Complexity with everyone alive, and VP have given a 2-minute window now for Complexity to ravage their base.
Yeah, that.
But why take the risk, huh? It's the perils of single elimination.
I mean, it's almost more risky allowing VP to potentially come back from Mega Creeps rather than going for the throne directly.
Well, catching off one hero, that might do it. Phobos, well, there's a lot of hexes being thrown out. Lil keeping Phobos alive. FNG's the only one out of position now.
Every second right now counts. It's still so. It's so much.
Chessie's trying it. FNG. Well, there's the BKB out from Chessie. Swindles. Jumps on FNG. Realizing his reposition was already used. Phobos will drop as well. Complexity finally find the moment to get it out. And GG coL. It's taken us a while to get through this game. 62 minutes inside the game as well as Patient outside of it. But Complexity will 2-0 out Virtus.Pro here in our first quarterfinal.
Yeah. So congrats to Complexity. I'm